got here, I'm making the two upright pieces. Right here's the first one. I've got it made up, and I've got it mounted in a tool holder so I can do some milling on it, kind of like I did on the other parts. I'm in the process of turning this piece down to 248 thousandths, about 4.5 inches long, so I had to turn it in two sections. And you can see where it's already turned down here. I'm working on turning the rest of it. Then I'm going to have to leave a 3/8 shank on the end of it too, so I can put it in a tool holder. But this isn't anything too exciting, just a little simple basic turning. So I'll speed it up, show a couple passes here, and then we'll come back once I've got this thing turned and polished up and mounted in a tool holder and ready to do some milling. Set up here. This is the short post that'll go on the right hand side of the sight, and what I need to do is mill just a little bit of a flat on one side of it. You know, it's just got to be wide enough that I can get a couple 1/8 inch holes through it on the flat. Other than that, it just has to look good. So, you know, there's no real critical dimension to that width. It just has to be 1/8 of an inch or a little more. So I'm just going to go till it looks good and leave it at that. So I've brought my piece up and touched it off at the end of the end mill. So I'm going to come in here and take just a few cuts, and we'll get this flat put on here. I'm just going to run it in here about 5 thousandths or so. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Now the next thing, we need to take and drill a couple holes through it. I got to do a little measuring here, figure out exactly where I want to put them and what sizes they need to be. I'll come back and we'll put them in there, and then we'll park this thing off. Okay, I'm set up here on this first piece. This will be the short piece, be on the left hand side of the site, or the right hand side of the site. I got a little center drill in there. I've got my height centered. We got my my piece moved in to where I want the first hole. So what I'll do is this top hole has to be a little bit smaller than 1/8. So what I'm going to do is center drill it and then drill it. Not sure what size this bit is. I measured it, but it's a little smaller than 1/8. That's all that matters, is it's smaller than 1/8. So I'll drill it that size. Then I'll have to move down. I'll have to move the piece in 403 thousandths to get to my next hole. I'll move it in, I'll drill it, and then it needs to be reamed 1/8 inch. So we'll do that. Then we'll put the other piece in here. We'll have to mill a flat on it and then do the same drilling process on it. So here we go. $40, $80, $120, $160, $200, $240, $280, $320, $360, $400, 1, 2, 3. So there's 403 thousandths. Okay, this piece is done. Got a couple burrs to knock off the back side of it, but now do a little quick check here. My windage screw should be just a hair shy of wanting to go into that hole, which it is. It's going to be a nice, it'll just go in. It's going to be just barely a press fit, which is what I want. Then my guide pin should not go in up here. Alright, I got my two uprights done, and I've got the thing just kind of loosely put together here. I left these long so that I can work them down and make them fit nice and flush with the outside of this. They should end up being almost invisible by the time I get to finish on it and everything. But basically you can see, you know, the basic shape of the sight now. The main frame of it and everything is done. You know, like I said, other than a little bit of touch-up work here and there, the only thing left is the sight eyepiece and the adjustment screw to move it up and down, and then, you know, just putting the finishing touches on it, and this rear sight will be done. And then we'll start on the front sight. So this is going to be about it for this video. On the next one, we'll start working on the eyepiece and the adjustment mechanism for it. And I'll go through and show putting the finish on it. It's a real simple method that it works good, it looks really nice, and anybody can do it. The biggest key to it is having everything polished really well. So like I said, that'll be it for this video. Be sure to comment, like, share, subscribe, and you know, like I said, I've said before, leave me comments. I like hearing from people. You know, I'm open for suggestions on, you know, anything that I'm doing here. If you think you got a better way, an easier way, whatever, tell me about it. You know, I may or may not do it that way, but I always like having new suggestions, new ideas, hearing different people's ways of doing things, because, you know, I don't know everything. I do things the way that makes sense to me at the time, and there may very well be a better, easier way out there to do something that I don't know about. So, you know, like I say, leave me comments, hit the like button, the share button, subscribe if you're not already, and have fun, be safe. We'll see you the next time.